Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Tia Mowry's back outside after Cory rejects her. Let's get right into it.
I thought y'all were back together. What goes down in the DM?
It goes down in the DM.
Would you marry me if you knew me well? What the hell? What the helianti? Are you interested in younger men like myself? How young we talking? Do you know how old I am? I'm very flattered. Not you outside again. I thought y'all were back together. Let's normalize co-parenting in a healthy way. Things don't always have to be toxic. But yeah, I'm outside. No. I'm in my bedroom. I'm inside. I just think you're absolutely amazing. You display so much grace, and beautiful doesn't even begin to describe you. I know DMs aren't the way, laugh out loud, but I just had to say it. I think that's cute. That's like a nice way to slide into a DM. This was fun. Let me know in the comments if you want me to continue to do this. I thought y'all were...
This is embarrassing, y'all. This is embarrassing. By the way, Tia, that cackling you do like Kamala Harris, get rid of that, okay? Now, she's reading her DMs out loud to convince everybody that she's back outside, letting everybody know the DMs are open, you guys can shoot your shot. And I honestly think that this was a complete smokescreen, and she's trying to hide the fact that she really is suffering, okay? Tia is having a major meltdown. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content. This is not normal for a woman of her stature, well, prior to her first divorce, okay, to come out here and act like, all right, let me just read my DMs because everybody just wants me. She's doing this to try to make to give us the illusion that she's so desirable. She has so many options. Tia, don't show us you have so many options by doing this. Pop out with somebody. Where's your new celebrity boyfriend? Pop out. Look, Cardi B popped out with Stefan Diggs. How come you can't pop out? Okay? It's embarrassing. Anyway, maybe because Cardi B actually held down Offset and he probably did her wrong, so not God should kind of understand with that, but you just did Cory wrong, okay? Now, the thing that though is really creepy about this, if you look closely in this area, I want you to zoom into your screen, you don't see a camel toe here, you see what I would call a wrinkled pillow. Okay, you can see a slit there. It's kind of perverse, if you ask me, for her to kind of be showing her private parts in such an intimate way on Instagram. But this is what she's doing for attention now. And it's embarrassing. I feel embarrassment and I feel shame for Cory. But I know Cory moved on. He don't care about her anymore. He rejected her. He could have had her. He don't want her anymore, okay? Once you get chewed up and spit out by the streets, nobody wants you. All right? Now, as it is expected, her audience is just loving it. Oh my God. One of her commenters said, let's prioritize on co-parenting in a healthy way. Oh, you know what I'm saying? These people just validating her. Another lady said, okay, I love you and happy to see anything you do and share, but now the account of yours is officially the most fun place online. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. Most fun place online for who? For who? Another person said they're trying it. What is she trying? Yeah, she's trying hard, okay? Lastly, another person says, I adore you. Oh my gosh, you get so much love. And this is what happens with the sisterhood. The sisterhood promotes your bad behavior. These women are going to keep you single. Don't listen to them. These are bad examples. Now, shout out to the homegirl, Riva. Riva did a review on this. Let's listen to what she has to say, and we're going to bounce off ideas with Riva. All right, let's get right into it.
Guys, it's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So I actually was sent this video last night, okay, almost in the wee hours of the morning, of basically Tia Mowry posting what I would consider to be a come get me post. Okay, and so whenever I press play, you guys are going to then begin to understand what I mean by the Come Get Me post. Now, if you guys are unaware of the entire backstory of this situation, let me quickly bring you up to speed. Okay, so Tia Mowry, actress Tia Mowry was married to Cory for a very long time. The two of them decided to get a divorce because Tia basically woke up one day and decided that she had graduated from her marriage and that it was something that no longer served her.
Marriage was a success. Yeah. I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children. Yeah. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation.
Now, after that situation, there was a lot of people who, felt emotionally connected to their marriage, right? Fans, people who supported them. And so there was a lot of commentary of people telling Tia that she needs to go back to her marriage, that she needs to fix things. The kids are young. And Tia, in turn, then made another post on social media, now targeting the people who wanted her to go back to her marriage, and basically said, it ain't for her, she not weak, and she not going back to something that no longer served her, okay? And so then after that, it has been, Tia doing a lot of dancing, a lot of, in my opinion, thirst trapping, a lot of trying to get herself out there, all the way until she gets a TV show. And on that said TV show that is supposed to be, exposing her life after divorce and all the above, she ends up basically, proving what everybody knew to be true, that she had regretted the decision to get a divorce and that she actually wanted to go back and fix her relationship.
I hate when this stuff happens because it makes me feel like I've made a mistake.
A mistake of what?
Of getting a divorce.
Girl.
I don't want to be alone, So when I'm going through these challenges, sometimes you want to go back.
So after all of that kind of died down, Tia ended up going on social media and constantly posting the two of them together, with their children as one big happy family unit. And so it gave people the impression that the two of them had actually gotten back together.
Child, they said she done went home. They said she done went to the house. No, he took her bag. I asked him, and I was like, Cory, you took her bag? He just read the message. Normally, he respond to me, but he knows she don't like me. So he ain't responding now.
Now, I believe that Tia, in my personal opinion, definitely aided in those rumors by her constant posts, making them the thumbnail and all those kind of things, knowing that those rumors were circulating. And
it wasn't just a rumor. She was trying to get her family back. She messed up because she actually experienced the street. She left her happy family, right, because she felt like she wasn't happy. And mind you, let me tell you something. There's some really miserable women in marriages, okay? Like, they got some really horrible husbands. She could not display or articulate anything that Cory did wrong. She just felt like she graduated from marriage. Whatever the hell that means, okay? Only the devil graduates people from marriage, okay? So I don't know what she's talking about. But, yeah, pictures like this, and I posted this on my community post on my YouTube, and everybody was commenting on it, right? I got a lot of comments on it, people talking back and forth about it, and they're saying, I hope Cory doesn't take her back. Well, newsflash, Cory didn't take her back, okay? He didn't want her back. Why would you? She was vanilla when he was with her, and he was just doing the right thing for his kids. And then when she returned, she was dirty vanilla, okay? She was like an ice cream cone that fell on the ground, all right? It was melting already, but now it got debris on it, okay? Gross, okay? And it's funny to me because Tia obviously is a train wreck. She is. Even her sister's not messing with her anymore because of it. And I think to myself, I'm like, you know what? Instead of saying she really should just beg for Cory back, like she should have gave him sloppy toppy, like whatever he wanted, just to try to work her way back. That's what you do, girl. You fight for your husband back. She probably tried to went and try to do a couple things. He probably smashed a couple times, and she probably thought it was all good. And he was like, nah, he moved on. He probably like, nah, like, I might have hit it, but we done. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, right? Don't take any girl that comes back because she failed when she left. Tia, you failed. We all watched you fail. You didn't pop out with nobody. I mean, nobody. Okay, we know niggas was hitting it. But we know nobody was trying to wipe that up. Nobody wanted to come close to what you got going on. You were way too toxic. You were way too radioactive. And now you find yourself in this situation and you're trying to make light of this and you think it's a game. This is not a game to you. This is people's real lives. This is your family real life. You think it's funny and hopping out on Instagram in your bed with your little wrinkle pillow showing. This shit is gross. All right? Grow up. It's embarrassing. It really is. And shame on you, because what you're doing is you're not thinking about your kids' future. They have to live with the fact that their mom is a complete shameful woman. Unbelievable.
Months never cleared it up. But now she decided that she wants to dissipate those rumors. Okay? And so in this newly posted Come Get Me post, Tia is basically trying to reiterate to everybody outside and in the streets that she does absolutely belong to the streets and is completely open and available. Cory is not in the way. You know, if you want me, come get me. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause, play, give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire conversation.
Goes down in the DM.
It goes down in the DM.
Would you marry me if you knew me well? What the hell? What the helianti? Are you interested in younger men like myself? How young we talking? Do you know how old I am? I'm very flattered. Not you outside again. I thought y'all were back together. Let's normalize co-parenting in a healthy way.
Do you guys understand why so far I'm calling this a Come Get Me post? Okay. Oh, the first DM is somebody asking, you know, if she would, marry them. The second DM is, you know, a younger man, you know, fawning over her and wanting her so bad. And then the meat of the matter, the actual reason why she posted the video to begin with is, the question of, oh, you're back outside. I thought you guys were, together still. Like, all of these DMs are showing self-flattery, that she's so wanted, that the streets want her so bad, that there's men out there who want to marry her, that there's younger men who are, fawning over her. And, she's just so flattered by all these people who are, just want to be with her so bad. And then again, like I said, the meat of the matter, the reality of why she posted the video to begin with, she then talks about, oh, well, I'm not together, and, we're co-parenting in a healthy way.
By the way, let me just stop and say, yo, this girl River is fine, yo. She's bad, okay? I know she got a man, from what I could tell, from what I believe. I'm not surprised. She's a beautiful young woman here. I love her takes on dating and relationships. I know a lot of my audience is also subscribed to her. So shout out to the fact that we got, we have overlapping audiences and stuff like that. But I'm going to just say this, and we're going to get back into the Tia Mowry thing, but I'm trying to shoot my shot, okay? River, I know you're going to see this video, okay? I'm going to tag you. I know you're aware of me, okay? We all aware of each other or whatever. If your man slip up, baby girl, you know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't going to even throw like that. You know what? I hope everything works out with you and your man. And to the brother that's dating her, just know, okay, there's a long line of dudes waiting for you to mess up, okay? She is absolutely a catch. I love the fact that she wears her natural hair, brown skin beauty, you know what I'm saying? And she got the mindset. That's the part that's most attractive about her. She got the mindset, okay? So shout out to the girls that are actually in the manosphere, the red pill, whatever you want to call it, in this space, talking about men issues with women, right? The dating conflicts between men and women, and keeping it real, okay? She keeps it real, so shout out to her. I think she's an absolute catch. I just wanted to say that because right next to her is a woman that's a lot more famous than her, but is less desirable. Fame doesn't not necessarily make a woman desirable. In fact, it oftentimes goes to their head and it ruins them. So stay on your path, River. You're doing the right thing, okay? Call out these heifers, okay? It's entertaining, and I do believe that you honestly believe this. I don't believe she's like one of those Just Pearly Thing type of hoes. You know what I'm saying? Just Pearly Thing was just a straight grifter. This girl, I could tell she lives and breathes it. I slid in her DM before on Instagram. She did not respond. I understand. You feel me? So, but if you ever do get single, girl, just know you got a place over here, okay? I'm just saying.
I'm not together, and, we're co-parenting in a healthy way.
Things don't always have to be toxic. But yeah, I'm outside.
I agree. Okay, I agree that things don't have to always be toxic. I genuinely agree with that. And I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression by what I'm saying about this conversation, right? Because that's what we need more of. We need more situations that there are healthy co-parents. We need more situations where kids can understand that, yeah, maybe this situation didn't work out, but people don't have to be enemies. Like, we absolutely need that. But in my personal opinion, okay, the problem that I see on a consistent basis is women don't start off with that peaceful narrative. They don't. Okay, as much as Tia has posted Cory on a consistent basis on holidays and stuff like that, let's be clear. When you are walking around talking about you the happiest that you've ever been, when you're walking around talking about that all of a sudden you have this new sense of freedom that you've never had in all these years because you were no longer married to this person.
I do have a feeling and a sense of freedom following my divorce.
When you are walking around talking about, you know, the type of man that you're interested in and it's completely contrary to the man that you were married to and who your husband is.
I see biceps, I see beards. Okay, let's say this. I do like tattoos.
When you are walking around allowing people like, you know, decay Harry to go onto your TV show and talk about that he was jealous of your success and you being the breadwinner in a relationship.
From the other side, if I might say, somebody else was dissatisfied because they weren't working.
No, I know you're absolutely
right.
right.
One partner makes more money or has more success. There's a gap that is so hard and it can't work out.
Yes.
And it can't have competition. It just does not work.
How healthy are you talking about, Tia? That's not healthy. You see, when somebody, if it was a space that she was protecting him in a way where she constantly was, you know, having his back or supporting him, where she wasn't purposely liking posts on social media that were alleging, you know, certain things or basically trying to say that he was like a worthless kind of guy. Like, if that was the case, that's one thing. But while this man went on interviews and protected her and covered her and literally talked about the fact that he was so broken up, crying about the fact that he lost his family.
When it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands and, you know, no one's there for you. And it's just like, you know, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's, you know, he's tough, he's strong. But you know, it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. You know, nobody see that.
Yeah.
Nobody see that.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Cory Hardrick know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yes.
I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like, I'm here and I'm still going.
At the same time that he was doing interviews like that, Tia was parading around doing all the new dances and being the happiest person in the world. Like, woo, I'm free.
Because she's a thought. Tia Mowry is a straight up thought. You know what I'm saying? She's a thought pocket. She is a bop. And that's why she got a divorce, because she was married to somebody that she wasn't aligned to. She wanted to be ratchet and outside. She got the wrinkled pillow showing on Instagram. Like, they're not a good match. Cory was a real brother. He was a real man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was vulnerable. You know, this man is a man. He was vulnerable. Don't tell me he wasn't vulnerable in your marriage. He's vulnerable to the people. This man could have easily popped out and had 10 sums, quadruple sums, 8 sums, 3 sums, all that. The girls was ready. They were waiting for him, bro. He's a Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? No homo. He's a handsome dude, bro. No homo. You feel me? So it's not like he was stuck, but he cared about his family. And you know what? Cory represents how men are about their family. A black man who was a good man, he's about his family. I know, because I grew up with my father, yo. Let me tell you a story about me. My mom, I don't want to say she's just like Tia, but in a way she's like Tia. But one thing she did was, I was supposed to really grow up in Trinidad. A lot of people know, I talk about Trinidad, I was supposed to grow up in Trinidad. My mom and dad separated. You know, my mom brought me in Trinidad and then came back to America. So she left me there with my grandmother, right? And my siblings down with my grandmother. And she wanted my grandmother to raise me. And that's how it is in Trinidad. Both of my older siblings were raised in Trinidad. My older brother, my older sister, both raised in Trinidad. Okay? But my dad came back and got me. He was like, nah, I don't want my kids to grow up in Trinidad. He's from Trinidad. My mom's from Trinidad. My mom was like, let's just both leave him there. You know what I'm saying? They can help out my grandmother, and that's what happens in countries like this. That as your parents get older and you have kids, your kids become like the retirement plan for your parents. You know what I'm saying? So my grandmother would have became like a mother to me. My dad said no. Right? And my older siblings, my older brother, my older sister, their father just left them. So they could be immature. So no, not to their parents. I don't know their dad or whatever. I don't know the father of my older sister and my older brother, but their dad just left them there. My dad came and got me. Okay. Now I'm not saying this to say I hate women. I know people are gonna use this against me. I know I'm being vulnerable. People are gonna try to use this against me. But I'm saying this to say that there's good black men out there that really care about their family, that will do the right thing to keep their family together. And they get overlooked because they got thought pockets like this woman for a wife. So maybe he didn't talk about being ruined because of divorce, because of financially, and maybe she made more money than him, maybe whatever. Maybe the finances wasn't the biggest deal. He was concerned about his family. He said, anyone that knows me knows that Cory is about his family, bro. You gotta respect that, yo. We have a narrative out here that black man ain't shit, black man ain't shit. It ain't true, bro. A lot of us know good black men. Right? A lot of us do. People make it seem like every black man's a thug, a hustler, in jail. That's not the case, bro. I'm not saying some are not. But if those are the men that are, it's because the women usually pick bad. You know, I got lucky, my mom got lucky, and she chose a man that's actually a good man. Okay? And she fumbled it like Tia did. And so, I'm not suffering because I grew up in a single father household. Because you know, single father households are just as good as two parent households. I'm not suffering because I had structure. I understand how the world was because I had my father. Those kids need their father. You feel me? They need their father, and their father wants to be there. And Tia's out here thinking about herself. About her getting her groove back and letting everybody know people want, young men want me. And bro, think about the ego of this woman. The ego. The narcissism. This is narcissism, y'all. All the women run around saying, oh, these men are narcissistic. No, y'all women, there's a lot of Tia Mowrys out there. A lot of them, bro. Selfish. All they care about themselves. They'll ruin their whole family for themselves. I don't want to hear that, bro. And that's why I like to try to help and tell the truth about what's going on. And what's really going on is that we have women who've been obsessed with feminism, believing that they've been oppressed and they need to overcome men and men ain't shit and all this nonsense, this brain rot that has destroyed our community. Literally, our culture is in a decay. Okay? It's literally falling apart. And women like this are at the forefront of it, and she thinks it's cute. This is not cute. This is unacceptable, y'all. And so now she's going to get, you know what I'm saying? God, you know what I'm saying? God got a strange way of doing things, yo. I'm just saying. Jezebel, people know the story. I don't know if people know the story of Jezebel. Jezebel, God sent men to go kill Jezebel, yo. She was thrown out of a window to her death, and her body was eaten by dogs. Yes, this is in the Bible. Everyone talk about the Jezebel spirit. Tia Mowry was just like a Jezebel. And metaphorically, I think God has thrown her out the window and letting her dead body being eaten by dogs. And so, she made her bed and a wrinkled pillow, now lay in it. Alright? Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.